Welcome. In this video, you'll learn how to install Qalyptus Server and set up the environment needed to connect it to Qlik Sense. For this demonstration, we'll install Qalyptus Server on the same machine as Qlik Sense, though you can also install it on a separate server if your infrastructure requires it. Here's what we'll cover. Checking the system requirements. Opening the necessary ports on Qlik Sense services. Exporting Qlik Sense certificates. Installing and configuring Qalyptus Server. Opening Qalyptus Server port. Let's get started. Step 1. Check system requirements. Before installing, make sure your environment meets the minimum system requirements. Visit the Qalyptus documentation website and review the requirements for Qalyptus Server. Step 2. Open Qlik Sense ports. To allow Qalyptus Server to communicate with Qlik Sense, you need to open the following inbound ports. Port 4747 for the Qlik Sense engine service, port 4242 and 4243 for the Qlik Sense repository and proxy services. In our case, all Qlik Sense services run on the same machine, so we'll open these ports here. Note, if you're installing Qalyptus Server on the same machine as Qlik Sense, opening these ports is not strictly required for Qalyptus Server itself, but it is required for Qalyptus Desktop, which runs on user machines. If Qlik Sense is hosted on a public cloud provider, such as AWS or Azure, you'll also need to open these ports in the Cloud Network console. Step 3. Export Qlik Sense certificates. To enable report generation from Qlik Sense, you need to export the Qlik Sense certificates and install them on the machine running Qalyptus Server. In the QMC, navigate to the Certificates page and do the following. Enter a meaningful name. Qlik Sense will create a folder with this name to store the exported certificates. Check the Include Secret Key checkbox. Click Export Certificates. Once the export is complete, copy the client.pfx file to the machine where you're installing Qalyptus Server. You'll need it during the installation process. Note, if you're installing Qalyptus Server on the same machine as Qlik Sense, you don't need to copy the certificate. Qalyptus will use the existing Qlik Sense certificate automatically. Qlik View Users. If you plan to use Qalyptus with Qlik View, you'll need Qlik View Desktop installed on the same machine as Qalyptus Server, along with an active local license, or a named user CAL from Qlik View Server. Step 4. Install Qalyptus Server. Now we're ready to install. Download Qalyptus Server from Qalyptus website or Qalyptus customer account. Double-click the installer. Accept the end-user license agreement. Select your installation folder. Click Install. The installation will be completed in a few moments. Once the installation finishes, click Finish to launch the Qalyptus Server configuration wizard. Service account. Enter the credentials of the user account that will run Qalyptus Server. This account must have administrator privileges and permission to run Windows services. You can also change the default host name and port at this step. Click Next when ready. Database setup. Enter a database username and password. Then click Next. Make sure to save these credentials in a secure location. You'll need them if you ever reinstall Qalyptus Server on another machine or need direct database access. Certificate installation. To connect Qalyptus Server to Qlik Sense, select the client.pfx file you exported earlier and click Install Certificates, then click Next. Same machine installs. If Qalyptus and Qlik Sense are on the same machine, you don't need to install the certificate here. Qalyptus will use the Qlik Sense certificate already present on the system. Simply skip this step. Click Install to complete the setup. Once the installation finishes, click Open Qalyptus Server. Before you can start using the platform, you'll need to activate your 30-day free trial license. Register the first administrator account, enter the admin user information, and click Continue. Click Setup. Use the credentials you just created to log in. Step 7. Open Qalyptus ports. To allow users to access Qalyptus Server, open inbound port 3994 for the Qalyptus Server service. If you change the default ports during configuration, open those ports instead. Qalyptus Server is now installed and ready to generate reports from Qlik Sense. Thank you for following along. For more tutorials and detailed documentation, visit the Qalyptus documentation website